welcome to your practice and to your presence, to your space, to your magical place. And we're going to start with a water blessing. So if you have a cup of whatever you have, and just hold it in like a really like, this is, something you want to honor and revere. So you hold it really nicely and then just bring it in front of your heart, drop your head. You can keep your eyes open if you like, or close them. Drop your jaw and focusing on this, what you're going to bring in. And if there's anything you need, anything you're calling in, or just something you're grateful for, it could be the word love. Just feel that into your water. Become aware of the sensations of the cup you're holding, maybe the temperature of it. And then just smile a little bit or a lot with great gratitude for this simple gift of water blessing. And then you'll bring this in. You're going to take a sip. You might hold it in your mouth for a few moments and then slowly swallow it down and just feel that liquid being, received all the way down. And then feel free to drink more if you like, or just set that cup aside in a place where it won't impede your practice. And then just come into your sit. Lengthening through the back, from the base of the skull to the base of your spine. Feel your heart rise. And stay as you are, nice big inhale. As you exhale, join these hands together in front of your heart, bow your chin once again, honoring all that is at this moment as you invite yourself into your wellness space. We'll open this practice, chant Om together 3 times. Inhale. Bowing your chin. Pause here for a full breath in and out. And then release your hands to your thighs, lift your chin, and open your eyes. Okay. I want to start with the ankles and the wrists. So we'll just start with the ankles and the wrists here a couple times. And then we're going to take it up to standing. So maybe no hands. Or whatever works. Just bring yourself up to standing. And if you need a wall, bring that wall into, let's see. Oh, my feet are here. Okay. We're just going to, purple today. Love it. Okay. So let's start with hands on hips and just look at your feet for a moment. Pick up your toes and place them down. Just do that a few times while you're looking. Good. And then as you plant your feet, spread your toes. Even if, for years my teachers would say, spread your toes. And I'd be like, they don't move. So whatever you're doing, do that. Okay. And then just start to bend your knees and put a little weight into your feet. We'll do a little bouncing here. And then straighten your legs all the way. As you exhale, bend your knees again. Keep the feet flat on the floor. Keep the weight into the heels a little bit if you can. Straighten the legs. And exhale, bend. And this time as you bend the knees, we're just going to rock front to back on the feet. So I'm going to lift the heels and lift the toes and let the hips move as they need to help counterbalance. Okay, and then see, can you slow it? Oh, I just went off balance. See if you can slow it down. Maybe you hang out on the toes for a moment. You do your best to hang out on the heels if it's possible. You got to shift the hips. And do one more. Just in all the wobblies. We want the wobblies. Okay. And then plant your feet. Straighten your legs. Release your arms. Pause. Breathe. And then step your feet a little bit apart. So now we can roll. Oh, I should keep my hands up. We're going to roll to the outer edges of the feet. And then we're going to roll to the inner edges. And I love to move the hands as you do this. Toes might be lifting. And the next time you roll to the inside, hang out there for a moment. And then reverse. So now you're on the outside of the feet. Okay, one more time, just hanging out on the inside for a moment. And then on the outside. Good. Okay, plant your feet, just stand, release your arms. Okay, so we're going to do that same forward and back that we did a moment ago, but we're going to try and do it one, like the feet are going to go separately. So lift your left heel and then lift your right sole of your foot so you're on the heel. And you might take your arms out or hold onto a wall and then switch. So you're like going for like a little, very slow walk. I noticed right away one side is a little sturdier than the other. So just do this. Let the wobblies, we're looking for wobbling. So if you're wobbling, that's good. Your toes are articulating, trying to find balance.
That's hard to do.
It's hard to do.
Yeah.
Brain gym.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm on my last one here. And then just stand, like feel that work. That's work for me, for you maybe. Okay, now we're just gonna roll the right ankle. So let's start with the toes on the floor. And you're just gonna roll it. And you can take your hands to your hips or lift them up to the sky. And then reverse, roll it the opposite way. Okay, now stand strong on your left leg, lift the right leg and roll the ankle. And the arms can be wherever you need them to be. Okay, drop your jaw, woo. Breathe. Maybe you have to engage the belly, engage the left leg. I'm reversing, 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 and then just bring it down, release your arms. Just stand and feel. Okay, second side. So I'll start, hands on your hips, lift the left heel, roll the ankle so you can take the foot out if you need to. Maybe you want to lift your arms just to start to open the sides of the body a little bit. Reverse. Okay, then stand strong on that right leg, lift it up and roll that ankle. And you just change direction every time you think about it. Yes. Good. How's your jaw? Relaxed? Okay, and then bring it down. Release your arms. Feel. Okay, we're going to step the feet like not super wide, maybe outer hip distance apart. And then we're just going to do that same thing we did. We're going to bend the knees and then rock front to back on your feet. So we're kind of changing the balance. So just do your best. Think about it. Ooh, whatever's happening is good. It's good, it's good, it's good. Okay, one more. And then bring the feet down. Now just roll outer, inner, outer, inner. Good. Okay, and then just stand on your feet for a moment. Okay, so this is my left leg. I'm gonna take the right leg, lift it up. I'm gonna sweep it behind all the way till it comes down. And then maybe you have baby toe edge against baby toe edge. That might happen, and you're gonna adjust whatever you need to here. So you have this as best as you can. Okay, take your arms out to the side. Press your feet into the earth. Lift your toes. Breathe here. Squeeze the thighs. Good. Okay, and then you can keep your hands out like this. They're out to the side. I'm going to really balance on the left leg and sweep this right leg straight back behind you and around, maybe out to the side, in front, and all the way over. And then find that same footing. So you feel the feet are together as best as you can. Okay, squeeze the legs, soften your shoulders. Good, okay. Balance on the right leg. Take the left leg behind you. You're wobbling on that right ankle. Hopefully that's what we want. Sweep it all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. And then come across, find that footing. Good. Okay, take the right leg behind you and sweep it around, 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 and back. And this is the last one. Squeeze the legs, feel the feet, maybe lift the toes, lift your arms up, put your hands together, bring them down in front of your heart, and then take that back leg and just step it back to your mountain pose. Okay, release your arms, be in your feet. We're gonna come to forward fold, inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, hold yourself down. And, I didn't say get blocks or anything. So once you're here, we're just gonna bend and straighten the knees a few times. So we're just moving into the feet. So yeah, let's go for it. Bend your knees, straighten your legs. Do this a few times. Okay, the next time you bend your knees, you're gonna walk your hands forward, lift the heels up so that you're high on the toe, on the balls of the feet. And then let the feet come down and we're gonna lift the toes. The hands might have to slide back. And just do that a few times. So now I'm gonna get really playful. So now you've got this. As you come forward, maybe the hands are kind of floating in the air until they come down. Let's see, it's almost like you're pushing yourself off the floor. Okay, we're really, yeah. Okay, last one. And then step yourself back, find your downward facing dog. See if you can lengthen from the base of your skull through the back body to the sit bones. And then from the sit bones to the heels. Just breathe. Okay, now I'm gonna really anchor the heels towards the floor, even if they don't touch. And mine do, so I'm actually gonna step them back and make a longer downward dog. And really press those heels down. The toes are lifting. Extend. Base of the skull extending towards the hands and sit bones extending to the space behind me. Good. Okay. And then come down onto your hands and your knees. Yes, tuck your little toes under. Inhale. And as you exhale, take the hips back. Just warming up, working the feet a little more. So now, once you're here, anchor your hands, push the floor away. Almost like you're moving into a cat pose. And drop your tail a little bit more towards the heels. And a little bit more weight into the feet. And then inhale, come up. Plant the tops of the feet and exhale. Take it back. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to anchor the tail towards the heels. So I am kind of, curling a little bit. The base of like the low back is aiming down. Good. Okay, one more breath. Good. Okay, come up. Good. Okay. Let's do this. Let's stay on the hands and the knees. If you need something for your knees, put it there. Make this longer. And I'm going to take the right leg and I'm just going to step it. Oh, it's my left leg. I'm going to step it. Just step it out. And then once you're here, bring yourself forward, but just move forward and back. And if you want, I like more, then maybe you lift the back knee up. And we'll just move front to back a few times. Just warming that up. Okay, bring yourself back. If you lifted that knee, lower it. Left knee to right knee, and then step your right foot out. And then again, just come forward and back. Just like this. And if you want to lift that back knee, that's fine. Good. Wrists are getting a little stretch. Good. Okay, last one. Lower the knee, come back to your hands and your knees. Keep the toes tucked under. My legs are right together now. I'm gonna send the hips back. And then I'm gonna let, maybe you might be able to come onto the forearms and give the hands a little rest. And just drop your head. I'm not looking for full child's pose here. And then maybe close your eyes. Just feel your breath. And imagine these feet are just opening. The soles of the feet. Let the jaw go. Just releasing. Good. Okay, one more breath. Nice. Okay, come up to your hands and your knees. All right, we're gonna come back through downward dog to a, well, I'm not even gonna say what it is. Okay, just take yourself to a downward dog. And then we'll step that left foot halfway. It's gonna turn out. Okay, now I look at my right foot. I'm gonna turn onto the baby toe edge of the foot. Boom. I'm gonna really articulate that foot. Turn your right hand out a little bit. Take your left hand to your left thigh. And then lift up your left arm if you like. Okay, I'm gonna really spice it up by lifting and lowering this hip. And the feet have to work. If this is not interesting or this is very challenging, I'm gonna sweep that arm right over. And just be wherever you are. And do one more. Okay, then we're just gonna come back to downward dog. So wherever you went there, you did it. Okay, and we'll do the second side. So the right foot steps about halfway up. Then I turn the left foot completely. I'm on the baby toe edge. Left hand turns out. Then the right hand can go to the right thigh, can go up in the air. And just hang out here, Vashisthasana, half plank, amazing. Or drop your hips, send this arm like a little rainbow, arcing over you. You know what's working here? The feet, the hips. Yes, maybe the whole body all together. Do one last one. Good. And then come back, downward dog. Lift and lower your heels a few times. And then come down to child's pose. Any way you like. Toes, tops of feet. Here I have my feet as wide as my knees. And then just come to rest. Anything you need, just come to rest. Good. Okay, release your jaw, release your breath. Release all that effort. That was a lot of effort. Maybe you're like, oh, I'm just getting started. Okay, one more breath. Good. Okay, and then bring yourself up to sitting. I'm going to sit on the tops of the feet because we're working on the feet. Okay, take a blanket and we're going to roll just the sausage that we do. So I just go a third of the way, roll it up. Okay, I'm going to start by putting it maybe in the middle of the mat. And we are going to stand on it. So that's going to change your relationship to gravity. And if you need blocks, you might even just put them there so they're ready. Okay. Yes. Okay, so then from here, I'm just going to come up. I'm going to stand with the balls of the feet, maybe the center of the foot, heel on the floor. I'm going to take both feet here, and that might change. You might need to do less. You can walk the feet back. So my heels are on the floor. Everything else is there. I look at my feet. Oh, they're turning out. And just align them. Okay, and then lift your toes. Press into this blanket roll. Turn your palms to face out. Be here. Okay, inhale, reach your arms up. And then exhale, come into forward fold. Use the blocks, whatever you need, any height. Okay, now I'm going to walk these blocks forward a little bit. I'm just looking for that stretch in the back of the calf muscle here. So heels are on the floor, toes are lifting. Now here, I'm just going to start to move my hips forward, almost like, oh, I'm moving to downward dog, and then maybe I'll just wave them back. Maybe that's all I need to do here. Maybe you need to bend your knees a little bit. Okay, we're just warming this up. You could even bend and straighten. Oh yeah, that's nice. Let's do that a few times. Bend and straighten. Good. Okay, then we're going to drop into whatever your version of forward fold is here. The blocks on the highest height. No blocks. Knees bent a lot, knees, legs straight. Release any tension in your jaw, in your head. Okay, we're gonna change this just so a little bit so you can stay low. You're just gonna walk the center of your foot onto this blanket roll. So the heel's lifting, the toes are lifting. And then maybe rock yourself forward and back, like let the toes touch. It's like you're on like a little foot teeter-totter. Maybe they don't touch. Maybe it's just the hips that are moving. You just feel, move in some way for yourself that, you know, how can you use this? Okay, I'm gonna hang out in this forward fold here. Hands on blocks are on the floor. Not letting my toes be lazy. There's no such thing as lazy. My toes are engaged. They're here. One more breath. Okay, and then the next one is the high heel. So your heels are on the blanket, the toes are on the floor. Use the blocks whatever height or no blocks. And now just, again, just move in some way that helps you. Maybe bending one knee at a time, both knees at a time, or rolling front to back. So even though the heels are on the blanket, maybe the toes lift right up off the floor. Oh, I'm going to do a little bit of that internal, external rotation here too. Yes. Good. Okay. And then just drop into forward fold with the heels on the blanket. Maybe you can even spread your toes. Maybe use your fingers to help here. Okay, we're going to take this to squat. So you have your blocks. Maybe you widen your heel toe, your feet a little wider apart. And you start to sit down. Okay, we're going to come all the way here. And if this doesn't really work, just throw a block underneath your tush. That works. Okay. All right. If you're good here, see if you can feel the back of the skull lengthening and the tailbone descending. And the more the tailbone descends here, the more upright we become. Okay, if you're good to straighten your arms and lift them up, go for that. And I'm lifting my toes up, even though the balls of the feet are still on the floor. One more breath. And we're going to come into forward fold. You can step off the blanket. It's going to be, oh, the best forward fold of your life. With your blocks or without, just hang here. Hang. And, you know, your feet are there. They're carrying you. Just put some pressure into your feet. And see what that does. Good. Oh, so good. Okay, let's come all the way up. So you might sit down in your legs, open your arms out, fly up. Palms over your head, and then lift your heart, and then come to mountain pose. Just standing here. Be here. All right. We're going to go to tree pose. So I'm just going to move actually, I'll come. No, I'll let Hart. That's fine. I'll let Hart do that. He'll be on the camera. Okay, so we'll start by, you can use a wall, of course. All right, stand on your non-dominant leg. Look at it. Maybe you can spread the toes. Anchor into that leg from the hip to the leg, hands to your hips or in front of your heart, and then move into your tree pose, friends. As you do, any way that speaks to you today. Foot low, foot high, no wobblies, come in different times. Embody the tree. Maybe you're looking at a tree. Lift your arms if that's good. Okay. Let's be so strong in your legs, so strong in your feet. The anchor. Feel that left foot so open. Feel the right foot wherever you placed it. Okay, one more breath. All right, we're really going to wobbly this. I'm going to take the right hand down to the right knee or right thigh, lift the left arm up, and just start to see, can you press it over to the right a little bit? Oh, even if we fall. Okay. And whenever you're done, just come out and pause. Oh, I love that. And I want to do that too. Let's do that. Step your feet apart and just give some arm wavies. That's nice. Take the seat of the teacher, you take the seat of the student, but we're all the same. Okay, and then we go second side. So right foot, spread the toe, or your dominant foot this time. Hands at your heart or on your hips. and move into your tree pose with grace and elegance. Even if it's just imagine, oh, look at me, so graceful and elegant. So you're standing strong in your tree with your strong feet, strong connection to your feet, awareness to your feet. This whole structure stabilized and carried by the feet. Good. Okay, I'm going to take the left hand down, lift the right arm, and just move into unbalanced, unstable places. And whatever happens, happens. And when your pose is done, you just take yourself out. Yes, do what you need to do. Good. Okay, from here, inhale, reach your arms up. Good, exhale and fold. Good, come to forward fold with your blocks, no blocks. Step your feet apart a little bit. Good. Bend your knees a little bit. Walk both hands over to the left. Send the hips to the right. Anchor through your feet. The more you anchor through that, we walk the hands over to the left. So the more the right foot anchors, the more we're going to feel that through the right side. Good. And then bring yourself to center. Inhale, just lift your head. Exhale, forward. Walk your hands over to the right. And shift the hips a little bit to the left. And anchor through your feet. Breathe your beautiful breath. Okay, we're going to come to sit down. So maybe you just come right from here. Oh, touch down. Come down. Okay, we're going to keep that blanket roll handy, but let's just take a little footy. Yeah, just one foot, whichever foot. Just rub it up any old way you like. Look at the color of your foot, the toes, everything nice and warm. And then switch, just a super quick little thank you. Everything you do. Yes. Okay. Great. All right, we're going to come back to that blanket roll. We're just going to re-roll it. And we're going to now put the shoulders on top. So if you need something for your head, you can always keep the block there. I'm just going to move it out of the way. Okay, and you could also have another blanket there. Okay, so then here we go. Just like we do, I'm going to hold the head and I put the shoulders on top. Once I'm here, I lift the hips. Okay, we're going to start just with this part when you're just lying. So if you need a support for your head, I'm just going to throw a block in for a few moments. And then you decide, maybe the hips need to walk out a little bit or come in. Just find the place here where you feel like the tops of the shoulders are dropping to the space. They're just releasing. Feel the back of the heart supported. Okay, and then last class we were playing with similar kinds of things, strengthening the front of the throat. So I'm going to throw that into here. So let's just start with a nice, once you're comfortable, I'm assuming you're comfortable, nice big breath in. Let it go. And we're going to take, actually no hands. Let's keep the hands out. Just lift your head up. And wherever it's going to go, once you lift your head up, can you lengthen through the back of the neck? So you might even feel the chin just come in a little bit. I want to feel the front of the throat is toning. So once I do that, I'm going to start to almost release the head back without letting it come back. So I feel the front of the throat muscles are doing the heavy lifting here. And then smile so that, and I'm just going to say all that again if it didn't make sense. I'm going to lengthen through the back of the neck. Let the chin come in a little bit, and then I'll start to take this whole neck package back until the front of the throat is really working. Okay, and then lower your head. Relax. Just breathe, do nothing. Feel the tops of the shoulders, everything resting. Okay, we're going to take the hands, interlace them behind your head, lift your head up, and now just use the hands to rock this head side to side. So you're just, it's almost like you're a little hand cradle here. And you're just very gently turning the head. And at the same time as I'm doing that, I feel the backs of the shoulders are getting like a little massage. So I do feel like there's a bit of strong connection between the back of the shoulders and the blanket. Okay. Good. All right, bring your head to center. Drop the head into the hands. And then you're going to hold the head and release the arms. The head's going to stay where it is. Lengthen the back of the neck. Let the chin come in. Then just send the head back down until you feel the front of the throat muscles really engage. Soften your jaw, your eyes. And then relax. Completely relax. Okay, if your legs are straight, bend them. I'm just going to come to a little bit of a windshield wiper here just to also roll the back of the shoulders in some way over this blanket roll. So you're just moving your knees side to side. Good. Okay, and then come back to center. All right, I do have something under my head. I'm just going to take it out and opposite interlace the fingers, lift the head back up. Okay, maybe the elbows open out to the sides if you can. We're going to walk the feet in. We're going to lift the hips, guys, and we're going to teeter-totter the shoulders like we did with the feet over this blanket roll. You're just going to rock your shoulders front to back. You're going to do that with the feet are actually doing the work. You might feel like it's the hips. They're lifting. You're rocking. You're rolling. Just over this blanket roll, massaging. If you want more on one side, you tilt the head over to that side with the hands. Get a little more, and then you can also add the tilt the other side, like what we did a few moments ago, just moving the head side to side. Okay, I'm still rocking and rolling over this blanket roll, giving yourself this massage we all need, and then find your way back into that first position. If you need a prop, throw it back in. Otherwise, just come to rest over this blanket roll. Adjust what you need to. Really let the chest drop. This is all for, a computer neck. And it can happen anywhere. It'd be reading neck, cooking neck, Wordle neck. Okay. Now I'm going to come off this blanket roll. So I'm going to lift the head. You might use your hands to lift it. I'm going to take my arms out and I'm going to roll up. But if that's not in your wheelhouse, just roll to the side, come up, and then as quick as a little cat, move this out of the way and come to lie on your brand new, open, hearted, back of the shoulders, back of the head. Yes. All right, let's take it to twist. So I pop this blanket roll out on my right side. I'm just going to bring it there. If you need a prop to move into twist. Okay, let's start by bringing both knees into the chest. Feel free to rock a little bit here. Oh, wow. Like I did this pose before we started class, just hug the knees in, and it feels much more open and relaxed. So, okay, one more breath, just hugging the knees in. Soften everything to the floor, and then open your arms out and drop your knees to the right. And like I said, you can use a prop. You can also put that prop between your knees. That might be helpful. Now, because we've done all this nice open work, if you want to kick this up into the next place, okay, I'm just going to straighten both legs out to the right. Maybe the right hand's going to hold on to the big toes, and I'll push through the heels so that the hips move. It's all fine. Whatever's happening is all good. Okay, I'm going to go one more place here. I'm going to keep the top leg is my left leg. It's going to stay as it is. The right leg is going to go all the way down to the back of the mat, and it's going to bend. The left hand's going to find that right foot. And then I'm going to take the right hand's going to hold the outer edge of this left foot, the baby toe edge. That is very deep. So you be in your happy for 2 more breaths. Beautiful. Okay, make your way back onto your back. And if you use the prop, feel free to roll it over your body to the left side.
Okay, I'm gonna take 3 breaths. I'm gonna hug the knees in. You could have the feet on the floor, or like stretched out, whatever feels good. Might, could I have the knees in? I'm gonna just wave side to side a couple times. Oh, I might come into the twist this way. I'm gonna open the arms out to the side, rock the knees to the right, and then all the way to the left and down. And then set yourself up for success so that you're in a place where you can smile and breathe and enjoy and feel that there's, a subtle change happening. Okay, so if you want to go deeper, the full pose of this twist is the straight legs. So if that works, no pose needs to happen before it's time. So if you straighten your legs, you're like, I'm working so hard. And maybe that's okay, and maybe not today. Okay, the top leg is the right leg. I'm going to keep it where it is and sneak this left leg down. I'm going to bend it. The hands are going to find their perspective opposite feet. And then push through the feet. It's almost like from the hips all the way through the legs to the feet. If you're in this crazy pretzel twist. One more breath. All right. And then release. Make your way onto your back again. Just enjoy however you want. I'm bringing my legs into basic resting pose, so the feet are wide, knees together. Just feel all this. All right, really descend as much as you can. Nice. All right. Okay, we're gonna roll. You're gonna come back to sitting. I'm gonna rock and roll. Maybe you rock and roll with me. Where you're like, no, it's okay. No, that's okay too. Always okay. All right, find your blanket roll. I'm just gonna re-roll it again. And this time we're gonna go length of the spine. So I take the nice seam side closer to my hips, and then the opposite side is there. And then you sit as far away as you need to. We'll just bring this. So I'm starting about, top of the sacrum. Come down. And then I'll reach up, take this little end and just tuck it under. And then, once you're here, you do want to feel like the inseams of your shoulder blades maybe connecting to this blanket roll. And if you want a little more with the arms, you can bend at the elbows and come into this football goal pose or cactus or I surrender pose. And the legs, anything that helps you to kind of be in this balance. Good. Okay, let yourself drop in. And you can even imagine those little muscles that attach to each vertebrae, that attach to each rib, the insides of the ribs, your front ribs, your back ribs. Soften. And we're going to come to teeter-totter here. So you could put your hands anywhere that helps. Or if you want to lift your arms up and make things more interesting and just roll side to side, like feel like you're just giving your spine is going on this fabulous ride at Disneyland. And you're just rolling side to side. I'm going to let the arms come over my head. They're not touching the floor, just to give myself a little more. And then maybe I'll straighten the legs if I have room here. And that also makes things a little bit more targeted here. So just whatever you're doing, just roll this side to side. And then come to, so I still have my arms lifted. Okay, I'm just coming to what I feel I'm on the center line. I'm going to really push into this blanket roll. Imagine you're like inner earthworm. The spine is your inner earthworm. So where you push, you might be like, oh, I'm pushing in the middle, I'm pushing at the bottom, I'm pushing at the head. It's all good. Just massage the length of your spine by pressing in. Oh, I feel I want to lift the legs now and see how that's going to go. So I'm just going to I've never done that before. I'm going to just play with it and lift the legs, see what happens. Oh yeah, I like it. Okay, and just 1 or 2 more breaths and then feel free to be in whatever crazy position you're in. I have both arms lifting to the sky, both feet lifting to the sky. Let's see how it's going over there. Oh, yeah, why not, right? Okay, and then just come to rest and whatever. Here, we're just gonna stay on the blanket roll, descend, descend. And then we're gonna come off it, and that could be lifting yourself up from the head all the way up, or rolling to the side. Take this out, come back. Oh, hello, new back. New back, who dis? As the kids say. Wow, let's bring those knees into the chest if that is good. Opposite, interlace the fingers. Just be here and articulate your feet a little bit. If you need support for your head, you have that blanket there. Good. Okay, we're going to lift arms and legs up. This time will be a little easier. And we're just going to roll ankles and wrists. So the knees can be bent. You're just going to change direction every time you think about it. Friends, I gift you this. I feel like if we can keep this up until the day we are no longer here, rolling, we don't have to lie on the floor. Yeah, do this. But, when you're sitting watching TV, you're reading your book, you're lounging by your pool, roll your ankles, roll your wrists. All right. And then I'm just going to just straighten the arms, flex the wrists, flex the feet. I'm going to move the heels away from the body till I feel both sides of the sacrum or the hip bones are right there. Let the shoulders drop even though the arms are straight. And then release into whatever your pseudo shavasana is here. Just drop in. Let the breath go. Okay, I'm going to find that blanket roll. I'm not going to come up. It doesn't need to be perfect. I'm just going to hold it up or lay it on my tummy, roll it up again. And we're going to put this underneath the sacrum or underneath the hips. So just lift your hips up, slide it under. Find that place where you feel supported. And that, it could be, for everyone, it's going to be a little different. You might feel your tailbone dropping down towards the floor, and you might feel it lifting towards the knees. So we're going to we're going to teeter-totter here. So wherever you are, take a few moments, find your comfort, your discomfort, and then your arms can be wherever you need. I'm going to take mine over my head with the palms facing up. Find your feet, so bend your knees, and then you're going to lift your hips, or not lift your hips. You're going to just slide yourself forward and back. You're rolling your sacrum over this, like you're doing like this most delicious base cat-cow action. Don't lift your hips. Keep your hips on the blanket. Just massage yourself here. Okay, you might want to hang out, in one part and then the other part. You see. Okay, and then find which one feels the best for you. So that would be tailbone dropping to the floor or aiming towards the knees. Now I'm going to windshield wiper. So I'm going to walk my feet out a little bit, find a place there, and come into this delicious windshield wiper. And what I'm hoping you're feeling is that this side of the outer hip, as you roll to one side, maybe there's a little bit of discomfort there. If you're someone who this place is really tight and this is not, or it's really loose and you don't feel much with the blanket roll, I feel this. If you don't feel it, you can always do this with a tennis ball and then you feel it. So just a little bit more side to side. And then we're going to hang out on the right side. And I'm looking for that like outer hip discomfort area. Maybe it's going to be somewhere else for you. Notice if your hands are taking tension, your jaw. Okay. Now I'm going to come back to center, but I'm going to move from the left hip. It's going to drop down. And then once I come to center, we'll roll over to the left side and we're going to hang out there. And again, I do feel like some discomfort. How do you feel it?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
It's not-
Okay.
Yeah, it feels good.
Okay, good. Breathe here. Good. Okay. And then moving through the right hip to bring yourself back to center. Good. Okay. We're just going to take the tush off this blanket roll, just wiggle it off so that this, and we're going to move this blanket roll down so that When I straighten the legs, it's underneath the backs of the thighs. Again, if you need something for your head, you know, you're gonna put it there. Okay, once you have that in position, it doesn't need to be, you know, your thighs might be lifting a little bit off it, that's fine, you know, just as long as it's there. Flex your feet. Yes, okay, let's bring the right knee into your chest, interlace your fingers. Of course, if you need to bend the left leg, do that. Okay, so I've got this right knee in wherever it is, the feet are a little bit active. I'm gonna soften the chest towards the floor, the jaw. I'm gonna pick the head up just a little bit. Okay, and lengthen through the back of the neck, let the chin come down. And then I'm taking this whole neck head package back towards the floor. Let the jaw go. You'll soften even the shoulders and the arms. Look at your right knee. Nice soft eyes. Okay, now let the head come down nice and slow. Flip your palms towards the sky, take the arms over your head, stretch this right leg out. Breathe here. You can add some hip walking if you like. And then we'll bring the left knee in. I'm going to change the interlace of the fingers along root. Be here for a moment. Flex through your feet. Okay. Soften towards the floor. Soften your eyes. And as you inhale, lift your head. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Pull the chin. The chin is going to come in. You don't even need to pull it in. And then find that place as you start to bring the head back down. This whole package of neck and head. Back of the head reaching, like as if it can extend out. Feel the front of the throat engage. Take your soft eyes to your left knee. And release your head. Lift your palms. Take the arms over your head. Extend the legs. And one more breath. Okay. You can release your arms down wherever they want to go. Bend your knees. Okay, I'm gonna wiggle myself away from the wall space, just so I can find the feet to the blanket. And I'm just gonna move the blanket so that you feel your feet are on it. Okay, and then I'm just gonna wiggle myself back. So now I have the soles of my feet are on the blanket, the heels are on the floor. I'm just gonna move the feet like they're on a little teeter-totter. Even if your blanket roll has come undone completely, it's fine. Okay, all right, now I just want you to really feel your feet. Push into the blanket roll, lift your toes, take your arms by your side, spread your fingers, anchor the upper arms, lift your hips up, even if they come up just a baby bit. Feel the feet, push the feet, both feet equally, smile. The hips can lift a lot or a little. You want to take your arms over your head. Oh, we make things a little spicier. Both feet pushing equally? Can you lift your toes? And release yourself all the way down. Good. Find your pseudo shavasana for a breath or two. So good. All right. Okay. I'm going to come back up to sitting. This is going to be optional. I'm going to move to legs up the wall. This is shavasana time. If you'd like to just stay lying down, not just, that's good work too. Okay, if you're coming up, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to bring both knees into the chest. I'm going to take non-dominant leg, cross it over dominant leg. So for me, it's left over right. Wrap the arms around the outsides of the knees, grab the soles of your feet. Flex your feet, push the feet into the hands pull back, and then rock and roll. And see what happens. Maybe come up to sitting like, and if not, it doesn't matter. That's just many roads to get where you need to go. Okay, so I'm gonna set up for legs up the wall. Such a good pose to do. Maybe you do it every day. I don't know, but if you think about, I could say that there's so many poses that if you did them every day, you'd be setting yourself up for I want to say wellness, but things can happen in the body no matter what. We do the work without the attachment. Oh, bring your knee pads in here. You've got one. And I'm going to belt the legs as well once I'm here, just to kind of hold them there. So we have about 8 minutes. So let's say we're going to cultivate wellness, with the understanding that things can happen no matter what you plan. So do the work without any attachment to the results. We just do the work. You've done the work. So now you get to bask in the joy of that which is Shavasana, that which is space to simply be, to let the thoughts drop away. And if your mind is very busy, then once you get in, maybe you take your hands and you just tap your forehead or you tap the head a little bit. You just bring in a little bit of this energetic calling in of, let everything soften and be present. So I'm just tapping, we'll let the arms rest. Somehow that magically lets the eyes drop. Just keep following from the crown of your head. How much can I release here? To this space of solitude and quiet and rest. Shavasana. Stay present to your own softness. Starting to bring your awareness to your breath. Following the path in and out. Feeling yourself slowly, lovingly being filled by the breath. It's like that water blessing we started class off with. Imagine every breath in is a blessing. The gifts you are calling in for yourself. For your loved ones. For each other. As you start to feel ready, we'll start to invite in gentle movement. And if you need to just stay in your Shavasana as we close out class together, that is a lovely thing to do too. Just feeling into this articulation of your feet and the openness of your ankles, all that work that we've done. Take your time. When you do come to your side, just rest there for at least 3 breaths. Inviting this place of rebirth, of recreation, of invigorating, rejuvenating, recreating your own wellness. Whatever that means today as it is, welcome it. Feel into your energy. Bringing your hands together at your heart and bowing your chin. It's honoring all that you are and your efforts, your work, your presence, your practice. Seal this with our May We Be Blessed mantra in an Om. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale this breath. Inhale fully. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy and may we be happy. And we'll seal that with one Om. Inhale. Breathe into your hands. Take that air blessing again. Offer it, whatever you need, you put it there. You lift your chin. Offer this to yourself. And we'll offer it out to each other because what you need, we all need. And we'll bring it on back. And so much love, so much gratitude for every single one of you. Thank you. Thank you. So much love. Enjoy this beautiful Sunday. We'll see you on Tuesday and Thursday, hopefully. So much love, guys. Welcome home, Lindsay. Come home.